Thank you. Move that up a little bit. Well, thanks to everyone for coming out today. I can tell you, being here for Broadband Day is such a great thing, showing your support for this much-needed infrastructure. Every day in the legislature, we talk about creating jobs. We talk about moving West Virginia forward, creating an economy where we can compete globally. And without broadband, we're unable to do that. If you look at the facts, if you look at the rankings, West Virginia sits at almost last in every single category when it comes to our broadband infrastructure. But I can tell you with a great confidence that this legislature, this year, is doing everything that we can to progress a lot of great bills to move broadband forward. 2 of those bills are being taken up today in Transportation Infrastructure Committee, which actually is starting right now, and I'm chair of that committee. So I have to keep my conversations brief, but I can tell you this, we're doing everything we can. We passed a conduit bill that every time Division of Highways turns road, they put conduit in the ground to go on ahead and progress the expansion of broadband infrastructure in West Virginia. That's a little thing, but I can tell you that's going to be huge for moving our state forward. The other thing is we have great leadership in the Senate and in the House. I can tell you with this man standing next to me, Senate President Bill Cole, he has made it a priority to move the broadband infrastructure in West Virginia forward. He has really been out keeping it a tenet, keeping it on the minds of the other senators in caucus. Even this morning when we spoke in caucus as a Republican leadership, Senate President Bill Cole brought out the importance of broadband. We talk about roads every day, but I'll tell you, the people of West Virginia are talking about broadband every day too. Talking about how their businesses are stifled because they don't have that connectivity. We all recognize that. And I have the distinguished honor this morning of introducing Senate President Bill Cole. Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Chris, thank you for the kind words. Get up and run that committee.
Yes, sir.
Good morning to all of you. I'd certainly like to start by thanking AARP for the opportunity to be here today and for the chance to speak with you about an issue that I believe is critical to economic development in our state. Development of the middle mile high-speed broadband network. As I traveled around this state during the last 6 months, all 55 counties I might add, one thing did become very clear to me, and that was our need to complete this middle mile, to give every opportunity to every nook and cranny in our state in order to be able to grow. We need to come together, the private sector, state government, nonprofits, educational institutions, and realize that we're not competing with each other, but in fact with states around us and in fact the rest of the world. In order to create a vibrant and growing economy, our state needs to invest right now in the infrastructure of the future, high-speed broadband, so that businesses can grow and thrive, local, county, and state government can operate more efficiently, and schools at all levels can provide better opportunities to their students. We've already started down the path. One outstanding example of broadband technology in use right now in schools in some of our most rural counties is in Ward County. I went to Ward County High School. Ward County is a one-to-one school. I have to tell you, every student has an iPad. I went up and down from classroom to classroom, and I watched these kids interact with their teachers, and they were energized. They were learning, and the teachers were having fun too. Finally, I'm going through with the county superintendent, and when I was about done with the tour, I said, "Where are you hiding the bad ones?" And she said, "What do you mean?" And I said, "Where are the bad kids and where are the bad teachers?" Because every single classroom was like this. This is something we owe our kids. You want to make learning fun, and not only that, you want to set them up for the future. You want to make sure they're ready to go into the future, that the reality of what tomorrow is to our kids, not us old people that still trying to, anyway, forget that. And when you consider those one-to-one schools, instead of waiting for years to update textbooks, it's instantaneous. The world becomes instantaneous. An update, we're making history each and every day, and we can fix a history book later today. Providing our students with opportunities like this, computer coding, courses. We just need to do everything we can do to ensure that they're ready for the jobs of tomorrow. Completion of the middle mile will also make the state attractive to new companies that want to come here and create jobs, those jobs that we so desperately need in West Virginia. And it enables small businesses operating right here, right now, to grow and to participate in tomorrow's real economy. I look forward to working with all parties to find a way to make this a reality in West Virginia. The FCC's new standard is 25 megabits per second, and that should be our goal right here in this state. Nonprofit, private sector, government working together, not in conflict or wasting federal dollars, which is certainly one of the problems we experienced right here in West Virginia not long ago. There's several bills. Chris talked about the bills being considered in the legislature right now. I think there's 5. And I think it's, I'm not sure that state government is always the answer. I'm not sure that, we're the government and we're here to fix this. That scares, I don't know about you all, but that scares me to death. But I'll tell you what government's role here can and I hope will be, and that is to facilitate the conversation that'll get this conversation moved to the next level. I think it's critical for our state. It's as critical as any road that we can talk about. This opens West Virginia to the future that we so desperately need access to. Thank you all very much. I appreciate that you're here. I appreciate your interest, and together we'll keep this thing moving. We will get it right. Thank you.